Hi friends, so I am outside right now. I am in the forest and it is so beautiful out here. It is so gorgeous, and I found this little spot about an hour from my house, and my family's camping right now, and so I figured that it would be a good time for me to get away and spend some time by myself and taking some pictures. And I also brought my journal, and I thought that as I was here it would be a really good time to talk about what I do for journaling. I know journaling is a little bit different for everyone, but I feel like journaling can feel really intimidating, and I totally get that. I totally understand that. So these are the things that I have done to make it less intimidating and easier for me. I used to do more like essay style journal entries, and I would find that I would want to put it off because for one, it felt like a lot of work, and for two, I felt like I would get really caught up in the grammar and if I was spelling things right and if I was using correct punctuation, and that's never been something that's natural for me, and so it would get really stressful and I would just not want to do it. So one thing that's helped that I've done is I've been doing more like list style journaling. So I'll have two main columns that I'll write out, and I think it's also important to mention that journaling does not have to be aesthetic. It does not have to be neat and beautiful and tidy. I think if you have the time and you want to make it beautiful and artistic, then you totally can. But I know for me, if I'm going to do it on more of a daily basis or even a couple times a week, I know that I need to not have it be aesthetic and not care about it being aesthetic, because I am never going to do it if I'm worried about it being beautiful and neat and tidy and an expression of my art, because it's just not. It's not for me. And so what I do is I just make two sloppy lists, put a line down the middle here, put a line down the center, and then I do a gratitude list and a dreams list. And I like to start with a gratitude list because I really have noticed that as I have been writing out all the things that I've been thankful for, it really has helped me look at life differently and be more thankful for what I have and be satisfied with where I'm at. Even when I feel excited for the next season of my life, it kind of grounds me and makes me centered back in where I'm at right now is okay. I have good things going for me. I have things that are working in my favor. God is blessing me with these things, and they are worth mentioning. They are worth celebrating and saying out loud, or at least writing down on a piece of paper. So I'll write out all of the things, and I'll make it little things and make it big things. Like, of course, you're going to be thankful for your family and your job and your friends and stuff like that. But I like to try and make it a little bit more specific of, okay, today, what are the things that I notice in my life that I'm specifically thankful for? Like, I'm so thankful that I have a family that loves to spend time out in nature like I do. I love that every single year growing up in my life, we always went camping together for a week, and I got to miss school, and even with all the homework and everything that we would have to catch up on, my family still saw it as a priority to spend time together and to go camping and be out in nature. I'm so thankful for that. I am also really thankful that I was able to finish my music project. That was a huge, huge hurdle. I was able to follow through with it and finish it. God gave me the people that I needed to be able to finish the product and make it what I wanted it to be. And I'm thankful for all the people that received it so well and were so encouraging of me, and that I have people in my life that make me feel comfortable enough to be creative and express that creativity. That's huge, huge. And so recently I've just really been thankful for that. Another thing is I'm really thankful for this YouTube channel. I've had so much fun with it, and it has been such a good way for me to practice being myself and being open and saying out loud the things that I care about, the things that are important to me, the little things that are special in my life. It has just been such a great way for me to express that gratitude and celebrate the good things in my life. So I'm thankful for you. And then in my next column, I have my dreams list. So in my dreams list, I mean, if that sounds too fluffy, which I totally get, you can write a goals list or a 5-year plan, like whatever makes you feel comfortable and inspired to write down what you would like your life to look like, who you want to be. And I make this list, again, little and small. I'll make it big things, like I would love to be a mom someday. I think that would be so cool. I would love to be a mother. I would love to have a partner in life. Like I would love to find someone that I enjoy spending time with and that wants to build a partnership and a life together. And so big things like that, but also small things too, like that might sound silly to say out loud. Like I think it would be so fun to have a little farm and some little animals and have baby goats and things like that. Like I would love to have a house someday that I can decorate and that would make people feel at home and at peace and cozy. I would love to be able to, at some point, make some kind of income with my creativity. That's such a big part of my heart and my life. I would love to be able to somehow sustain my life, my family, and have more room in my life to be able to have that be a priority. So, and then maybe I'll write out exactly what that looks like, whether it's YouTube or writing music or painting pictures or, whatever that might be. Make it specific to exactly what would just be fun. And another thing that I do is I allow it to be different every day. Because today I might feel like, yeah, it would be so fun to have a little farm and to have some little chickens. And then tomorrow I could be like, oh wow, that does not sound fun at all. That sounds like a lot of work and I don't actually want to do that. I actually feel like it would be super fun to run a little bed and breakfast or have an Airbnb or build houses and flip them or, things like that. Like, so based on the day of what I'm feeling, I allow myself to let that dream and let that goal be different every single day. So today, what am I feeling? Today, what sounds fun? Today, what sounds exciting? It makes me feel inspired and alive, and just write that down. And it feels good because taking that pressure off of myself, it takes the pressure off of this 5-year plan that I have to have a goal, I have to have a specific, consistent plan, and it's not allowed to change. It just takes that pressure away and it allows me to be creative and to dream and let that flow out of me. Because I think that it's a practice. I think when we're thinking of what we want our life to look like or who we want to be or what is important to us, it's a muscle that we have to practice and strengthen. And the more that muscle gets used, the easier it is to see yourself being on that little farm or being an artist or whatever it is that you want to do. I think it's just good to practice. And it's nice because this is such a low commitment way of using that muscle. You're not telling the world, and if you don't follow through with it, if you don't end up doing it, then it's okay. Like, it's just a page in your journal. No one's going to hold you to it. No one's going to say, oh, I thought that this was your plan. I thought that you were going to do this instead. No one's going to care because no one's going to see it. It's just you. It's just you writing it down. And just write down what would be fun. What makes your heart spark. What makes your soul feel like it's coming alive. And that can be little things too. That does not have to be being an artist or being a doctor or saving lives. It can be helping people when they feel really vulnerable. Then it's okay for that dream to be a hospice nurse or something like that, because we never allow those things to be dreams. It almost is like we have to have this glamorous, shiny, expensive, crazy dream in order for it to be categorized as a dream. It's okay if it's something blue collar. It's okay if it's something that's not going to make history. It's okay if it's something that is normal. We need that, and we are made for different things. And if you are made for that, like if you are made for that, be proud of that. Be excited about it and lean into it, and just do what sounds fun and follow that desire. And even if that just means writing it down on a piece of paper right now. You don't have to go quit your job. You don't have to do anything rash. But also at the same time, the more that I've been writing down this list of gratitude and this list of dreams, it's been helping me get to know myself, of what is important to me, what do I like. Because I don't know why it's so hard to know our own opinions on things. I feel like we get so mushed into the crowd that we're in and the people that we're around. It's so hard to actually know, what do I think about this? What is my opinion on this? What do I want my life to look like? And why? And it's not going to look like anyone else's. And so the more that I write down these two lists, the more I just get to know who I am. And it's really easy. I don't have to think about grammar or structure or anything like that. It can be sloppy. It can be a couple bullet points. It can be a whole page. It's easy. It doesn't have to be this big, scary thing. So I'm just sitting here, and it is a beautiful view. It is gorgeous. I'm sitting by the water. I'm going to walk back to the camp tonight, and we're going to do some music around the campfire, and it's just going to be a good time. So I hope that this is your reminder to write down some of those dreams and goals and gratitude. It doesn't have to be at a beautiful, spectacular place out in nature. It can just be in your bedroom, on your bed. That's okay. It can be 5 minutes and really easy. So I hope this is encouraging for you, and I hope that this is something that you enjoy. And I would love to hear in the comments below, what are some of those dreams and goals and things that you guys are thankful for? I would love to hear some of that. I think that would be such a fun way of spreading positivity. I will see you guys in the next video.
A light guided my descent. It was the warm glow of the lantern shining through this old tent. Now there's at least 1,000 stories for every stitch and every seam. And if you too grew up with a tent, well then you know just what I mean. If it were not for the Made in Montana label, well I'd swear it was heaven sent, the way it's bound our family closer, like the fabric in this old tent. Now I have children of my own, and I'll gladly take my turn to pass to them the lessons that I was privileged to learn. To drink in nature's beauty, at least to some extent, and be good stewards of the land each time we set up this old tent. Now this old friend has almost had it, though we've treated it with care. The threads are getting thin. It won't survive another tear. Then I guess I'll just replace it, and it'll be worth every cent. And hopefully someday my grandkids will come to appreciate this old tent. Now this tent has no foundation, but it's helped to build one in my life, sending roots down deep and strong like the ponderosa pine. And I believe that all along that it was God's intent to watch a boy become a man in the shelter of this old tent.
That's great.
Thank you. When I was just a baby, my mom told me, son, all the favorite bond you ever played, but I got tonight, the bottle head down, thank you, sir. And let your memory come around. So I'm shivering like all that town. Tonight, the bottle let me down.
Come here. Oh, Squidgy. Glee, I have a question for you. Should we run away to the forest? Should we become women of the woods? Should we run away into the forest? Let's go!